This is a melody lesson. I want to show you how much melody you can bring out of open position chords using the old standard, I Can't Help Falling in Love with You, made famous by Elvis, of course. And I want to go through the chord structure first, which is like this. C, E minor, A minor, D minor, C, G, F, G, A minor, D minor, C, G, C. Now if that seems like a lot of chords, it's because the melody really is coming straight out of the chords. And when you start looking at chords this way, it can fundamentally change your whole perception of how you use them. Because we tend to learn chords on the guitar as boxes. Here's a C, here's a G, here's an A minor, right? And so it's very possible you could play those chords the same way every time they show up. And in certain settings that's fine, but there's so much more you can do when you recognize that a chord is just a set of notes and you can choose to bring out one or bring out another. So for example, when I play this C chord, if I hit 5 strings, I'm bringing out the high E. But if I only hit 4 strings, I bring out the note C. If I take my E minor, right now it's bringing out the note E, the high E string again, but there's a G in this chord, and so I can rearrange this a little bit and put a high G in the chord just by adding my pinky over here on the first string at the 3rd fret. So we can get now C, E minor, and then if I go to an A minor chord and just bring out 4 strings, then instead of getting that high E on top, we get the C, which is in the melody. So the melody is just going C, G, C, which could all be a C chord, but it sounds much nicer. C, E minor, A minor. Now I'm going to go ahead and add in a couple of melody notes by just adding my pinky here on the 3rd fret of the D string, hitting the open E, and now a 4-note F chord, bringing out the high F, now a C chord, bringing out the E, and a G chord using a modified fingering. I've got bass 6th string with the ring finger, muffling the A string, and then I'm playing D here on the 2nd string with the pinky. So I'm just doing this instead of or this. And that's because I really want to emphasize this D note, which is in the G chord if you usually play it this way. It's not if you usually play it this way, but there's a D in the chord either way, the open D string. So C, bringing out the 2nd string, E minor with the added pinky, A minor, a couple of melody notes here starting on the D string, open E, D note on the 2nd string, then open E, F chord, C chord, bring out the E string, modified G, bringing out the 2nd string. Now, open G, which is part of the chord. Now if I play an F like this as a bar, I can bring out the 3rd string. Now play the G chord, bring out the open 2nd string, so different version of G this time. Notice again I'm muffling the A string. You don't have to, but it will probably sound better if we just have a single B rather than a doubled B. I think that's too thick. So from the F, bringing out as far as the 3rd string, G, bringing out the 2nd string, A minor, bringing out the 2nd string. Now, here's a modified D minor. This is an inversion and a very useful 3-note chord to know. If we take D minor and simply move the F from the highest note to the lowest note, so instead of A, D, F, we get F, A, D. We get a very nice, rich-sounding minor triad which also allows us to bring out the D note but still have a complete triad. And I'm going to harmonize the melody like this. This D minor, the open strings, and then back to D minor. So we actually get this harmony line of, and there's an inner voice in there too. Inner voices can jump like that and still sound fluid. If we really want to be slick, can hit a D minor 7, but they both sound good. I think I like the regular D minor better because it sets up the E chord, the C chord, sorry, that's coming next. So bring out the E string. There's that modified G with the D on top. Bring out the C. So here's the chord structure again. C, E minor, the pinky, A minor, bring out the second string, melody, F, bring out the first string, C, bring out the first string, G, modify the fingering to bring out the second string, then third string melody note, F, this time bringing out the third string, G, bringing out the second string, A minor, bringing out the second string, harmonized, inverted D minor, open strings. That was the F triad that time, but it does sound good. Into the C chord, modified G, C. Here it is again. Now the B section goes like this. E minor, B7, E minor, B7, E minor, B7, E minor, A7, D minor, G. If we move up the neck a little bit, we can get that melody too. We're going to need a high B, so watch how we get here. From E minor, bring out the second string, then the first, jump up here to this G. This is the 8th fret of the B string, and then I'm going to play this high B note with what you call a hinge bar. This might be a challenge if you've never done this before, but the idea is not to grip real hard, but just to set up your B7 by landing with the edge of your finger here, like this. And then that should allow you to set up this B7. And I'm not really worrying about a full bar here. I have the index here on the 6th string at the 7th fret. I have the ring here on the A string, the 9th fret, D sharp, 8th fret of the G string, and this A, the melody note, with my pinky, 10th fret of the B string. So this is the chord B7. So watch this. And then we need a G melody, so we can use the E minor bar, then the open E. This is A7, but I really just played part of the chord. Now I could get the rest of it. I think that sounds good. Using my free pinky to fill out A7 and then D minor, G. So, E minor, E minor, B7, E minor, A7, D minor, G. So this time I'm going to play it once more, and I'm going to fill out just a little bit by strumming very, very lightly in between those melody segments. D7, kind of cool right there. 4th fret, 4th string, 5th fret, 3rd string, 3rd fret, 2nd string. So this little tag, falling in love with a minor, you can slide right up from that A minor form. So some aspects of that may be challenging if you haven't really ever tried to bring out melodies in that way. It starts to get up the neck a little bit, so you do have to be able to manage some basic bar chords. So it's not exactly a beginner arrangement, but it's not difficult. And I wasn't really doing much to look to fill it out, but just little brushes and striking single strings, double strings some of the time. It doesn't take much. Just a little bit of sound, and you really can get away with hitting a string the second time if you give it more when you want to bring out the melody and then a little less when you want it to feel like accompaniment. In other words, or it's a good technique to learn, and it adds a lot of subtlety to your chord playing to begin with. So if you would like the tab for this, I would like you to visit NashvilleGuitarGuru.com, click on the subscribe link, and you will receive, number one, a chord reference that I put together, which is very, very useful. And you may know all of those things already, but it can't hurt to have it all in one place, right? And I'll include the tab for Can't Help Falling in Love with You. And if you're on the mailing list already and you would like a copy, you can email me directly, dave@daveisaacs.com. Thanks for watching. Comment below. I'd love to hear from you. As always, if you don't subscribe to this channel, please do. and I'll see you next time.